G'day everybody, and thanks for joining me on this another look at my dioramas over the years. I personally use a lot of my personal travels, the things I've seen while I've travelled, and put those ideas together into a bit of a melting pot and come up with a plan or an idea that I'd like to create. And this airport beach scene was exactly that. In my collection of models that I was yet to build, I found this campground and I thought that'd be a perfect little model to build. So as building goes on, I think of more things that I can add about the terrain, maybe the weather, the time of year. Once I've got a plan in my head, the next thing I like to do is mock up with all my pieces and see how it's going to come together. Once I've got the mock-up sorted, I then wander around the workshop and see what materials I've got lying around. I like to build my dioramas out of a lot of scrap. I can see in my head how I want it to be, and the scraps of timber and stuff that I pack up, they tell me where they want to be. And once I'm comfortable with that, my building technique, I use the materials around me. So here's some leftover fabric that I'm going to glue over the terrain, which will help form the basic hills and cliffs and give me the flat areas that I need. I've really pushed the plaster into the fabric that I glued onto the timber pieces. That really forms a good bond. I model in a very organic way. So here I've just carved some strata, some rock form. The whole time I have in my head the vision of how I want the finished look. Where people are going to be walking, where cars are going to go, where the bushes are going to be or trees. With this particular beach scene, I looked back at my reference photos, looked at where the high tide marks were, what sort of rubbish had been washed up onto the beach, and incorporated them into the diorama to try and give as natural a look as I could. So there you go guys, hope you enjoyed that. Remember, with all of your modelling, anything you're doing, reference photos are a great thing to have. Get onto Google photos of areas that you're modelling, or items, or rust, or trees, or whatever, and use that as reference to put into your own displays. Hope you enjoyed that. Please invite your friends, tell them about my YouTube site, and if you've got any ideas, anything you'd like to see, pop them in the comments down below, and we'll catch up with you next time. Thank you very much. Bye for now.